Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
I did Countdown recently, the TV show, not Dracula's Special Needs Brother. One for the staff room. And I got asked when I did Countdown, I got asked by every man that I know, everyone asked me, how fit is that Rachel Riley off of Countdown? How attractive is she when you meet her? And it wasn't like a rhetorical question, they wanted me to answer. And I thought, well, I should be able to say how attractive a work colleague and a friend is without sounding misogynistic, without being sexist, shouldn't I? You be the judge. Rachel Riley, let me put it this way. I would crawl over broken glass to suck the cock of the last man that fucked her. I don't think that's overstating it. I'd like to fuck her brains out, take ages. Now, I should warn you there will be some audience participation this evening. Apologies. And the only reason I mention it explicitly is because sometimes when I ask someone a direct question, they get a bit flustered. I think it's because they're used to seeing me on TV, so then when I ask them a direct question, they get a bit, what the fuck is going on? I didn't press the red button, it's gone all fucking interactive. I got a guy wonderfully flustered the other day, front and centre where you're sitting there, and out of nowhere I went, are you married or single? He went, single. And the girl next to him went, he isn't. How could you fuck that up? There was a lovely little pause and he went, I think I might be single now. Oh, well, look, who's seen me live before? Give us a shout. Thank you. Well, you'll know every year my friend Chris does illustrations for me for jokes that I write that I think are a bit esoteric, that require a visual element to be fully enjoyed. Would you like to see them? Well, good, otherwise he'd be fucking gutted. And we'd be having some quiet time, which would be shit. Right, well, I'll show you some. Obviously, we'll kick off with some thoughts and ideas that I've had recently. Right, so, if you like looking at flowers but you can't be arsed with gardening, simply run down a kid outside your house. Can't believe you didn't think of it. On bonfire night, I hope our neighbours keep their pets locked up because there's something about fireworks that makes me really horny. You don't get many homeless gay men, which is a shame because they'd be fucking bums. I was outside a nightclub recently and I discovered that women can be bouncers if you're travelling fast enough when you mount the pavement. The thing I worry about when I hear kids in the third world are working 18 hours a day to make my trainers is, when are they going to get a chance to finish my fucking laptop? I was in a hotel having breakfast and the waiter said to me, he said, you want white or brown toast? I said, all toast is brown, you're thinking of bread. At any one time, a bowl of nuts on a bar will have 17 different types of urine on them. And that's why they're called peanuts. Wayne Rooney wears the number 10 shirt, or as he calls it, the stick and the circle.
Oh, stick and the circle.
All the celebrities get plastic surgery these days. Colleen Rooney's just had some work done on her arsehole. He's had hair transplant.
The previous guy's what?
My friend reckons football violence and aggressive behaviour are triggered by primitive tribal rivalries, which are projected onto opposing teams and then expressed through exaggerated displays of loyalty. But he's a lying gooner twat, so he can suck my fucking cock. All that groaning and grunting in women's tennis, it reminds me of sex, in that I'm watching it happen on screen whilst masturbating. To explain spot fixing in cricket, it's what happens when something I don't understand is done by someone I've never heard of in the middle of something I couldn't give a fuck about. Spiders used to give me nightmares. Anyone else? Yeah, so what I've done is I've stopped eating them just before bedtime. Of course, the worst thing about being bitten by a poisonous spider is that you're probably Australian. Are there any Australians in? Welcome back. I don't like zoos. I prefer to see lions, tigers, elephants and bears in their natural environment. The circus. Is anyone here afraid of clowns? You're afraid of clowns, sir? There's actually a special name for people that are afraid of clowns. Mummy's little benders. This may interest you, though. Clowns have to register their facial design to make sure that other sex offenders don't use it. Dwarves often get overlooked. I can say that, they look up to me. Should we treat ourselves to another dwarf joke? Tell you what I know about dwarves. Very little. Come on. Here's a random fact. It's random, but it's true. 1 in 10 British kids is now conceived in an IKEA bed. True. How it works is their parents insert flap A into slot B and then screw until the nuts tighten. In 2009, Nadia Suleiman of California gave birth to octuplets, 2 daughters and 6 sons, earning her the nickname Octomum, although she's also known as Giganto Snatch. Those babies were walking before she was. I think the men in the room will be able to relate to this. My girlfriend always wants to stay in and watch Downton Abbey, but I want to go out and get a new girlfriend. I thought it'd be okay for me to have sex with other women because my girlfriend and I were on a break. But apparently I ruined that weekend at Centre Parks. I was going to tell you a story about the poshest place I have ever been. I got invited last year to Clarence House, where Charles and Camilla live in central London. I got invited there. I'm involved in this hospice charity because I'm such a fucking terrific guy. Not because I was press ganged into it. No, no, no. Maybe a little. Anyway, I'm involved in this thing. So Camilla is the patron of this great charity. So she organised like drinks and a concert and dinner in her home to, you know, thank the corporate sponsors and to get more people to donate money, raise a bit of money, raise awareness, that sort of thing. In her home, though, she put on this event. So we're all in her front room, literally Charles and Camilla's front room. It's the most ornate, like high, beautiful sort of ceilings, and they've got a telly and a couch in the corner like normal people might have, but every square inch of mantelpiece and shelf and sideboard has got a beautiful object on it that they've been given by visiting dignitaries or they've picked up on their extensive travels of the world. It's a very intimidating space to be in. So we're all standing there having a drink, and she's coming around saying hello to everyone, and she gets to me, and because I'm a dick, as I feel we've established, she gets to me and goes, "Oh, how are you involved?" And I went, "Never mind about that. Have you seen Cash in the Attic?" Because we're sitting on a gold mine here. And to her credit, it's absolutely true. She went, "Yes," winked, and fucked off. Brilliant. I did another weird royal thing last year. I did the Jubilee. Did anyone see the Jubilee? I did a little thing where I had to introduce Grace Jones in a hula hoop. Nice work if you can get it. In order to do that, I had to get past security at Buckingham Palace. Here's what it consisted of. So I met an armed police officer. His only job is to guard our Queen, to make sure that no one steals our Queen and uses her head to photocopy it and make their own money and stamps. I don't know. So I walked up to this armed police officer outside Buckingham Palace. I said, "Security?" He went, "Yeah." Here's his question. He said, "Are you in Al-Qaeda?" I went, "No." As you were. I thought this guy seems fun, so I asked him, I said, "Does anything funny ever happen when you're rolling with the Queen?" He said, "Yeah. I'll tell you this story. Has to be in confidence, though." I said, "You can trust me." He is not a good judge of character. I'm also in Al-Qaeda. No, I'm not. Or am I? No. So he told me the story. He said the Queen, her whole entourage, she travels with about 15 people. They went up to Glasgow last year. She was opening a drop-in centre for homeless alcoholics. Of course in Glasgow. Where else would you fucking put it? It's very much ground zero for homeless alcoholics. It's their biggest export. So the Queen's there, and she's cutting through the ribbon like a fucking ninja, and all the usual suspects are there. There's the mayor, there's the local dignitaries, there's the chairman of the charity, the people that work in the local office, and they got a couple of the homeless guys, the alcoholic homeless guys from Glasgow, that the charity has helped in other locations, suited and booted, washed and brushed there to meet the Queen, so that she could see the people that have benefited from her kind works. Lovely. So the Queen, as we all know, has only got one bit of shtick, which is the question, what do you do? That's her only question. She doesn't point like that, that'd be mental. But that's her only question, what do you do? That's all she asks. She said to a Scottish alcoholic homeless man, what do you do? And he came back, rather epically, I feel, with, same as you, nothing. Apparently, she was fucking terrified.